What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in on today's video. We are working on the 2017 again. We're doing a little bit of a maintenance item. Truck's got 115,000 miles. We're going to be doing a little bit of an upgrade at the same time. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. Let's jump right into it. So real quick, let's talk about Ford and their rear ends here. There was a couple different options. You know, back in the day, let's say just pre-2017, you had the Ford 10.5, and then you also had the Dana 80 that was very commonly used in the Ford pickup trucks. Well, in 2017, they made some changes. We ended up getting the opportunity to use some different axles. So the Ford 10.5 was still available for these single rear wheel trucks, but you could also pick the Dana M275, which is a great axle as well. And then if you were dual rear wheel, then you could go with the Dana M300. So since the Ford 10.5 has been around for a while, the 10.5 rear, the aftermarket options are endless for the 10.5 rear differential cover. The 275, a lot of good companies have come out with some options for that. The 300, the Dana M300, not very many options. I don't know why. It's like a lot of companies just seem to overlook the 300 as an opportunity to make an aftermarket diff cover. Well, that was my problem for a long time. I had been looking for about over a year for a good option for a diff cover, and that is when I finally came across PPE. So shout out to PPE with the design of this cover here. As you can see, it's a non-flat back design. We've got this nice curve here to follow the ring gear, which is going to allow that fluid to shoot and hit our pinion bearing. We've got the cooling fins along the side, aluminum construction. Nice finish, really nice finish. Inside, again, we've got the lines going across here, so as that ring gear's flying up, we're also going to help distribute that fluid out to the sides to our actual carrier bearings as well. We've got a magnetic plug there. We've got a drain plug down here. Really nice piece made by PPE. PPE does also offer a diff cover for the 275, the Dana M275, as well as the Ford 10.5. Now, what's neat about the 2017 and newer trucks, if you have the 275 or the 300, you are going to notice there is a little thing that says drain right here. So we're going to go ahead and pull that bolt out, and we are going to be able to drain our rear differential. Now, those of you with the Ford 10.5, well, unfortunately, you know, you're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. But like I said, the 275 and 300, we've got this nice drain plug down here that's actually just going to be a bolt. Got it. And there's actually a cavity. Once we get these cover off, I'll show you guys this, but there's going to be a cavity underneath this bolt where the fluid's going to be able to drain out. And yeah, it's really pretty neat design. Got to give a shout out to Dana for making maintenance on their axle better, right, and easier. Big fan of that. I was going to also mention, if you feel my differential cover through the camera here, you'll notice that it's kind of lukewarm. That is because we just got off the highway, and oh, look at that fluid. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want to see coming out of our differential. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. Maybe it wasn't done that long ago. I don't know. Anyway, it's lukewarm, which is going to help drain this fluid. You can see I got all of the bolts out here. There is a tag right here. Now, the tag is not going to get transferred over to our new differential cover. What I like to do, I'll clean it up and I'll throw it in the glove compartment in case we ever need to get access to that and get some numbers off of it. Now, if you have a Ford 10.5 or Sterling 10.5, you're going to jump right to this step here. So I've got this nice thin tool here. You can see it's been abused once or twice. This works really well with a hammer just to help cut that silicone and break that seal. So I usually will use this. We'll get that in there, break that silicone up, and then from there we can switch to this guy, which is a little bit smaller, but you can see it's a little bit thicker, more rigid. And then we can get this guy in there and we can work it up this way and work it down this way until we break enough of the seal we can get our fingers behind it. So I just wanted to show you guys, and you know, this is like 5 taps and you can see it cuts right through the silicone, gets in that small gap really nice. So now that we've severed that silicone all the way through, now we can move to our other tool here, get him, and he's already wanting to, you know, go into that gap. And now you can see all of this silicone that we're gonna have to get cleaned up, so we've got a nice surface to seal to. Here we go. We just did some brake clean. Like I said, there's this cavity in here, so we need to get in here and just kind of work it over to that hole a little bit. All right, so I just want to talk to you guys about some surface prep stuff here. So we're going to be using silicone to seal this differential cover back up. So I like to grab a lint-free cloth here and the best brake clean ever made right here. And we're just going to spray this onto our lint-free rag, and then we're just going to wipe. We're going to wipe this, and then we're going to fold this guy over. We're going to get a clean surface, spray some more brake clean. We're just going to keep wiping this thing down until pretty much this rag, when we use it to wipe down, we're not getting any more black material that might come off of this surface. That's what came off of after our first wipe down. So now we're just going to flip it over, clean surface, and do it again. And that right there is number 2. So now we can open this rag up, fold it the other way, and now we've got 2 clean surfaces again. Hit this with brake clean, wipe again. We'll probably end up having to do this, you know, like 10 different times, but that's how we ensure that we're going to get a good seal with our silicone. And there it is. There is our last one. You can see there's just a touch more on there, but now this surface is it's ready to go. We are ready for the silicone to make a proper seal on this side. Now we're going to repeat this same process, like I said, on our new differential cover. Should go obviously much quicker because, well, this is a perfectly new and machined surface, but we're going to wipe it down anyways just so we can be sure. Okay, so we only needed to do 2 wipe downs on this. We just got some like machining dust that came off, but now we know that that surface is ready to go, perfectly prepped. Now the silicone we're going to be using is from Motorcraft, and it's going to be TA31. This is the tried and true silicone. Right, there's our silicone applied. You can see we went around each bolt hole. It's fairly consistent. You know, I do a little zigzag action. It's all going to get spread out. We're looking to just see a little bit of a press out of the silicone. We don't want too much silicone on here because this is also going to press into the inside here and could potentially come off. So just enough silicone here. And then, like I said, we've got our bolts ready to go. We got the thread locker. We just use blue Loctite on these. In theory, we should never have to have this cover back off for 2 reasons. We do have a drain plug in this, and then we also have the bolt drain plug as well. So this cover ideally is going to be on for the life of the truck here. All right, so we got our Milwaukee gun here. We've got it turned down to setting 1, okay? And we've got all of our bolts started on our new differential cover here from PPE, and we're going to go ahead in a crisscross pattern with our gun, and we're just going to let it, you know, it's going to tighten these up, but we are going to be nowhere near that 30 foot-pounds.
Okay.
Just like that. And now with all of those somewhat tight, now we're going to go ahead and do that same pattern, but with our torque wrench. We're going to be going to 30 foot-pounds. All right, so all of our bolts are torqued to 30 foot-pounds. We got our drain plug that's torqued to 15 foot-pounds underneath there. And then I just wanted to show you guys the silicone press out here. Just a fine bead that got pushed out. That is exactly what you want to see. And you want to see that all the way around your differential cover. That's how we know we've got a we had just enough silicone to where we've got a nice press out of the silicone all the way around. This thing is going to make a perfect seal. Now we need to move. Ideally, you know, you want to let the silicone set up a little bit, but I've never had any issues going right to dumping fluid into these differentials. Dana M300, your 10.5, and your 275, Dana 275 is all going to take a 75-140. The Dana 80 is the only one that's going to take something different. I believe those take an 80-90 or a 75-90. But the fluid of choice that we're using is Schaefer's products. Been using Schaefer's products in this big girl here kind of exclusively, so always been a big fan. And they've got great differential gear oil. So I've got 5 here. We're going to see exactly how much it takes. Okay, we've got 5 quarts into it, and what I like to do is I like to take my, just a zip tie, bend the end down just like that, and we'll go inside of here and we'll just take a fluid check just like that. And what you'll see is that we are right there. We're gonna go ahead and torque our fill plug, double check for any leaks, and then this job is complete. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Don't forget to go check out PPE and check out all of their awesome products. They got a lot more than just, covers for your differential, transmission, engine oil pan. They've also got a lot of engine-related items as well. So thank you guys for tuning in on today's video. Drop a comment, like, and subscribe if you're new. We will catch you guys in the next video.